Okay, hopefully you have printed out this worksheet. This is the guided lesson, the notes. If you didn't print it out, it's okay, you don't need to. You can just copy the problems down and then we'll work them out. I'll solve them and you guys follow as I go. Okay, so here we're going to start evaluating expressions with rational exponents. Rational, remember this word, rational exponents. That means that the exponent's going to be a fraction. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Let me zoom in a little bit here for number one. All right. Okay, we've seen this before. We have a power raised to another power. That is the power rule. We've seen that before. So that's going to be, we multiply the fraction with the whole number, so that's n. The base stays the same, 5 over 1. 5 is 5 over 1 times the 1 over 5. The neat thing about these problems that you're going to see today is that they're either going to divide out evenly like this, a 5 divides exactly with a 5, or if they don't divide, they'll reduce. So here they just divide out. You're left with n to the power of 1 over 1. Well, that's n to the power of 1, which is just n. Number 2. Again, power rule, x. 2 is a whole number, that's 2 over 1, times 3 over 2. Again, these match. The denominator with the numerator divide out. You can just cancel them out. You're left with x to the power of 3 over 1, which is just x to the power of, 3. Number 3. The base is k, the exponent's power raised to another power we multiply. 9 over 1 times 4 over 3. See, always look at here. If they don't divide and match evenly and they don't divide out, they can reduce. You can reduce right here. If it doesn't divide, they can reduce. So let me write it again. 9 over 1 and 4 over 3. They're going to divide, but not divide out. 9 divided by 3 is, you're left with a 3. So you're left with k 3 over 1 times 4 over 1, right? That's going to be k to the power of 12. 12 over 1 is the same thing as 12. 3 times 4, 12. Okay, number 4. X to the power of 6 over 1. The 6 is 6 over 1 times 2 over 3. These will reduce. They don't divide out the way these divided out. These don't match, so you can reduce. That'll be x. Well, let me write it again. 6 over 1 times 2 over 3. That'll be 6 divided by 3 is 2. So you're left with 2 over 1 times 2 over 1. Same as 2 times 2, so the answer is x to the power of 4. 2 over 1 times 2 over 1 is 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, now we're going to look at these last four. These last four, they're not going to have a variable as the base. These first four had a variable as a base. These have a number as a base. The same thing will happen except for the fact that you'll actually get answer values here for these last four examples. Okay, number 5. 6. And then sometimes you'll have the fraction inside, sometimes you'll have the fraction outside, but just so this is a power rule. 1 over 3 times 3, which is 3 over 1. You see, they divide out. That's just 6 over 1 over 1. Well, that's 6 to the power of 1, which is just 6. Okay, number 6. 2 is the base. 4 over 1 times 3 over 4. These fours divide out. You're left with 2 to the power of 3 over 1. 2 to the power of 3 over 1 is the same as 2 to the power of 3. Now here you can get an answer. You're going to evaluate this and get an answer. 2 to the power of 3 is not 6. It's not 2 times 3. That means 2 times 2 times 2. If you do that on the calculator, you can do it in your head. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2, the answer is 8. Eight is the answer. But I'm going to show you on 3 different calculators how to do this. Okay, 2 to the power of 3, or sometimes you'll have 2 to the power of 5, or 2 to the power of some other number. Okay, one calculator that, if you have the scientific calculators and the graphing calculators, you have this arrow key right here. This little, looks like an upside down V. You would simply do 2, punch the number 2, oh, turn it on. Punch the number 2, activate this key, push this key, that's telling you that it's going to go up to the exponent, 2 to the power of 3, and the answer C is 8. So if you have this key, that's how you can use exponents. Okay, most of them have a squared key, some have a cubed key, but if you need a power above the 2 or a 3, then this is where you use this key. Let me show you a couple of other different calculators. This calculator here does not have that key. See, it doesn't have that arrow. But you're going to use this one here. See? Sometimes the x is here and the y is here. In this case, the y is the base and the x is the exponent. It really doesn't matter. 2, and then you push this button to the power of 3. And then you hit the equal sign. You get 8. See, the answer is 8. So again, you would go 2, the base, this key right here, and then to the power of 3, and then you hit the equal sign. And there you go, it's 8. Okay, last calculator. This one here doesn't have that arrow key. It doesn't have the previous key that we used. This one, if you notice, does have for squares. If I want to square this one actually has for cubes. We can use this one for cubes. So is it 2 to the power of 3, 2 cubed? 2. Hit the number 2. Oh, nice. Let me turn it on. 2. Punch in the 2. And then you cube it. Just hit that button, the cube. See? It goes up here. And then you hit equals. Tells you the answer is 8. But what if it's not 3? What if it's not squared, or if it's not a 3, what if it's a 4 or a 5 or a 6 or something? Okay, that's when you would use this. There's this key right here. See, it has an X, which is your base, and then this empty blank box, you get to pick whichever power you want, to the power of 4, to the power of 5. Obviously, it's anything higher than 2 or 3. So you got it here. So let's use this one here. 2. Punch this box here, that key, and see how it leaves an open box there, so you can put whatever exponent you want to the power of 3. Then you hit equals. Okay, the answer is 8. Alright, let's do the last 3 problems here. Oh, 2 problems. Three, and again we have the power rule. 10 is 10 over 1 times 2 over 5. These will reduce. Look to reduce. So 3, 10 over 1 times 2 over 5. Well, 10 divided by 5 is 2. You're left with 2 over 1 times 2 over 1 again. That's the same as 2 times 2. Your answer is 3 to the power of 4. Actually, that's not your answer, but you get 3 to the power of 4. That's when you go to your calculator. Go to your calculator. I'm going to go here. Put this one here. 3. This button here. To the power of 4 equals 81. 81. Remember, 3 to the power of 4 does not mean 3 times 4. It means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Again, if you go back to this calculator, it's 3, and then you got this arrow, exponent 4 equals, and you get the 81. Okay, last problem. Two, 6 over 1 times 4 over 3. The 6 and the 3 can reduce it, simplify here. That'll leave you with a 2. 2 over 1 times 4 over 1. That's the same thing as 2 to the power of 2 times 4, which is 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of 8. Let me try here. 2 to the power of 8, the big number, equals 256. Alright, there you have it. And we're going to continue to use the calculator and some other keys on Monday's lesson. Okay, good luck with today's lesson and have a good weekend.